I mean, I think the plan for MVP is to not draft what they drafted last game, because that just didn't work at all. And I think that Vici were fully prepared for whatever PA shenanigans MVP were looking to pull. I think they were banking a lot on the idea that you can switch the PA from a core to a support at the drop of a hat if you need to. And then they just completely lost track of actually dealing damage with their heroes, because they just did not have any damage whatsoever. So that was a pretty big flaw.
Yes, just a tad. Just a tad. Well, we'll see how MVP Phoenix want to change it up this time. First pick, what are they going to nab? Well, I'm trying to think. We've not seen Drow Ranger this series. Was it banned or... I can't remember. I don't think it was banned, was it? And neither team
I don't think so either. I think it's
just
been open the whole time.
Yeah.
MVP ran Drow the other day as well, so it's not like they don't play it. And I'm sure that Vici can run it as well.
Just going to take the Timbersaw first. I mean, understand what we're going back to game one. Velo on the Timbersaw was an absolute monster and definitely a large part in terms of playing to get that win for MVP. So they'll fall back to it here in game number 3. And now for that second pick, I do believe, of course, this is the lower bracket. So you lose this, and I believe you're going home. Yep. This is last chance saloon for these two teams. So everything to play for here. And MVP Phoenix, they'll pick up the Oracle as their second pick. I mean, obviously great to have that backup as a Timbersaw, and also one of those heroes that's just, you don't want to play against an Oracle. If you can take it out, take it away from the opponent, it makes the drafting phase so much easier.
Yeah, I like the Oracle pick. Giving Velo a comfort zone hero also I think is really nice. The immediate reaction here from Vici is actually going to be Slardar here that we haven't seen personally. I do like him in general. I think he's good against Timber. He's obviously very good at being able to jump on the back line, which is something that we talked about last game, and even in game 1. Having the lack of mobility in fights was really hurting Vici in the first game in this series, but I do like it. It kind of solves a lot of problems. Until the Slardar actually has BKB, it could be kind of annoying playing against Timber, though, just because of how much damage you can take, but I'm assuming, at least for the moment, that it's just going to be Yang playing Slardar, so he doesn't have to worry about it as much.
With that Slardar pick, I mean, is there... You know, you're picking a Slardar at this stage. What kind of heroes come to mind that you just do not want to be playing against? Well, Huskar, obviously, I guess it is one. You know, there's an Oracle. You do
Hard
not want to
disables are obviously annoying. Heroes with other saves, like you think Avenge Swap and stuff like that, Shadow Demon Disruption, are actually great against Slardar as well. Because he's that guy who wants to jump in. You kind of think of him as like an axe. You know, you get the AoE stun, and then you're just dealing damage to a hero. So anything with a save is great. Any hard lockdown is great as well. I usually look to heroes like Beastmaster, for example, playing against Slardar, because it's something that even disables through BKB. Obviously, MVP had Timber already, and I don't even think they play Beastmaster, so I doubt that's actually going to be something that they look towards. But even stuff like... actually, Invoker is kind of hit or miss against Slardar. Invoker doesn't like playing against heroes that can get in your face really easily, and Slardar is definitely one of those heroes.
Here we have third pick for MVP. I mean, one wonders, is there any chance of kind of seeing the PA come through again? I mean, or is the Slardar and Shadow Demon just two heroes that you don't really want to play PA against?
Actually, I think SD is one of the main heroes that MVP like playing PA against.
Oh, okay.
But Slardar is a bit of a different story, because he can stun you when you blink in. Amp is still pretty scary, even with evasion, because if you do get unlucky and you get hit a few times, you can die very quickly. So that one I'm a bit unsure of. But it looks like they're going to take the spend route. I like it. Having Warcry against the Slardar. It's a hard disable as well, and it's a lot of physical damage.
Now, the question is as well, do you think Vici Gaming could be thinking about picking up a Dazzle in this lineup? You know, the Slardar Shadow Demon combination gives you something else to... I guess it works both ways in terms of getting through the armor of Sven and the team, but at the same time, Sven can use it and time it to counter it.
Yeah, they do counter each other in some regard.
Yeah.
I like Dazzle in the sense that it offers some sustain, but we don't know if Vici want to actually go for a push kind of strategy yet. I mean, we saw Luna banned in the second phase by MVP just because it's a very common pairing, but it looks like they're going to be going more fight-oriented than they are objective-based, so I'm looking at Vici right now, and I'm thinking they actually want to take the fight to MVP in the third match. It's also something that matches up okay against Timbersaw. They could be seeing a dual aggressive lane here from MVP as they pick up the Undying. Very good against Shadow Demon. And I think the Lifestealer might struggle in that lane as well.
I like this as well. I mean, one thing you could just never underrate is the power of the Slardar Lifestealer bomb. You know, once Slardar has a blink, Lifestealer has Armlet, Echo Saber, you amplify and jump on. I mean, even the tankier heroes, you do an insane amount of burst effectively.
Yeah, this is actually a good Tinker game.
Yeah.
And I know it was banned in the second game, picked in the first. If Vici wanted to go back for Ghost Tinker, this is a much easier game to run Tinker in. They have a reliable lockdown. If they want, they can last phase ban Storm.
Okay.
And force MVP to ban Tinker as well, and then they could take the Tinker if they want. Obviously, MVP decide not to do that, because I think they're trying to save their mid until like the last possible pick. Seems like both teams are kind of doing the same thing.
Well, fourth pick now, Vici Gaming. Indeed, will they hold that mid off until the end and grab that secondary support? As you mentioned, obviously Dazzle there. DDC, we saw him on Witch Doctor last game. Witch Doctor is still available if they do want to have some kind of sustain for the pushes in the fighting.
You know who I haven't seen? I haven't seen Coddle all day either.
Oh, we haven't actually, not in this series, no. Yeah.
Really good against Timber in lane. Would allow the Shadow Demon to pretty much do what he wanted. Oh, they're going to go for the Invoker, okay.
Okay, so that is going to give, MVP the chance now to think of banning out a support instead. Maybe the Vici Gaming just worried that the MVP may have banned out Ghost Invoker, so wanting to grab it at this time.
I mean, it's really good. Cold Snap's great against Timber. It adds a lot of damage to fights. You can... I mean, this game, I think it would probably be Exor, just because it synergizes so well with Amplified Damage and Shadow Demon. Being able to get like those Blink Initiations and the Sun Strikes and Meteors and whatnot. It's the combos are just... they're juicy on the side of Vici at the moment. Also means they could kill Roshan very, very easily. Whereas MVP, again, have another lineup where killing Roshan is not really something that they're going to be able to do. But they do have the capability of winning the lanes and fighting.
Just the question really of which support MVP are most scared of. I mean, the ones that are coming to mind, maybe even the Venge Dazzle, or the Witch Doctor. MVP taking their time with this. I mean, would you say there's a particular one that kind of most strikes out to you? I mean, even things like Disruptor, is that something we could see come in now?
Disruptor is good against Timber. The tricky thing is they actually have a lot of options.
Yeah.
It doesn't... There's a lot of heroes that would work in their draft, and that just is owed to the fact that they have a lot of other heroes that are strong in their own regards. Like, they don't actually, need that much to function. So when you're looking at their lineup, it's, I guess, more just what you don't want to have to play against. And playing against that mid-pressure, we saw how hard it was for Ghost earlier, and it looks like MVP don't want to have to deal with that roaming Mirana either, so they're just going to go ahead and ban it out. I think that's a pretty good ban. Because that way you can pick QO a matchup where he feels comfortable in. And then you just say, alright, just do what you can, try to win your matchup. Because I think MVP are very dependent on winning their lanes at the moment. Like, if that Undying +1 in the off lane doesn't do anything, and they're not able to pressure at all, I think that Vici might be able to walk away with another victory here in Game 3.
Well, Vici now with that final pick.
Are you DC'd, by the way? Because I am DC'd, I think, from the game.
Oh, I'm still in. Oh!
I will see if I can.
No, you are correct. It is timing down. I have just been kicked.
DC'd.
I got banned. Right, no worries, though, because I can show the Chinese stream. Look at that. Whoa. No downtime here at all on the stream.
I wish I could load the MarsTV site. That would be awesome.
Oh, well, that's weird. On the Chinese stream, they have it so the pics are kind of mirrored. So they've reversed it on the left. That's weird. But there we go, guys. So we can still see the final selections from both teams whilst it's down. We have it covered. Is it letting you reconnect, Andy?
No, I can't get back in.
Oh, boy. After several attempts to connect, the server did not respond. Hello, server.
Perfect world?
Well, we saw the final. It was the Witch Doctor. So DDC going for the Witch Doctor again, as we saw in Game 2. And as we
said,
actually
makes a lot of sense.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you have the amp as well, so your ward's going to be hitting super hard. And it's just more lockdown as well. I do think that overall, I like Vici's draft a little bit more again. Probably not as lopsided, obviously, as it was in Game 2, but in the grand scheme of things, I think they just have a more balanced draft. I also like scaling physical damage a lot more when you're going for these lineups that want to fight. Because it's really hard to just build a BKB and feel safe into those types of lineups when you have like Slardar and whatnot. Makes it very hard to itemize.
Oh. Are you managing to reconnect, Andy?
Oh God, no! I'm not back in the game.
I'm restarting Dota. I'm going to try that.
I'm pretty sure we just both got banned from Perfect World.
What the hell? Yeah, what? Maybe the Russian dub was too much for them.
I mean, I can't even load the MarsTV page to watch the game. So I'm kind of at a loss here.
I mean, I bet we might have to buy a ticket, Andy. That might be if we can't reconnect. Oh, oh no. Why has it kicked us? What is this?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's maybe the Chinese are having the same issue. Maybe they were no, they've not got the issue. The game has begun.
Oh, and they're like by the servers. We are not. We are on the other side of the wall. I am. You're a bit closer than I am, but.
God damn it! Oh, I've got to buy a ticket.
Just some good old Dota 2.
Right. Where are we? Watch. Oh, I don't have to buy a ticket. I don't have to buy a ticket. Andy, I'm just spectate the thing. I think that's the best option.
Okay.
If we can't get in. Sorry if you wanted to listen to in-game commentary. Oh, look, we can listen to ourselves.
It's the 2015 MarsTV, right?
Oh, it's on a delay. Oh my
Of course
God.
It's on a delay. It's in-game spectating.
Oh my God.
Oh, never mind. It's the 2016 one. Duh. Okay.
Are you in, Andy?
I'm loading. I don't know if that means I'm going to load.
Okay. Whoa, there's some funky split screen there. It's alright though. We can see it on the Chinese stream.
Okay, yeah, I'm in. Do this. Oh, they picked TA. Interesting.
It's not letting me reconnect. What the hell?
Dude, I'm just watching through Dota TV now.
I won't let me connect to it.
You can't even watch the in-game client.
No, I'm trying to get the. I mean, at the moment we can see it on the Chinese stream.
Oh, I'm in. I connected to the other one.
I'm back in now. Right.
So
now,
it looks like...
what's the best option? Do we want to watch in crappy quality? Oh, actually, no, you can't see that. No, okay, so guys, we're just going to have to do it from this. So, unfortunately, we will be casting on delay. But,
yeah.
So, apologies. Hopefully, just for this game, hopefully next series it will be fine. But, we're back to the draft. As I'm sure you can see as well. Andy, you're in, aren't you?
Yeah, we're like a minute and 20 into the game, right?
Oh, you... I just got
what?
DC. Did you just get DC?
No. I mean, I'm lagging like crazy. I can barely tell what's going on, but I'm in the game.
Oh my God.
All I'm gonna say is they picked TA into Slardar Lifestealer, and that's a manly move from MVP. Very manly.
Alright, we're in. Oh wait, there's no delay. What? Andy, I think I'm magically back in the casting one.
Is there a box in the top right?
Oh yeah, there is. So there is, but there's no delay. I am 2 minutes into the game.
LAN. I don't think there's delay.
No, but there was on the draft. The draft was 2 minutes behind.
That's weird. I don't know, man. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh well, we are somehow back in. There is no delay. The Chinese overlords have had mercy on us, and we're in the game.
Client Delta ticks out of server. I don't even know what that means. All right.
Oh, you got kicked out again?
Yeah, I'm out of the game.
Alright, well we're in. It is rather laggy, which is probably the same problem you had.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. We haven't missed a kill yet. That's always good news. But we could try to settle in. Fix the sound. The sound is fine, you muppets. What do you mean the sound? Gaben loves BTS, but we are losing a few frames here. Maybe it will get better. We'll have to hold a bit more on with this one. Looks like it's kind of flared up the firewall and it's made it a little bit harder for this game. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the lane. So over on the side of MVP, we'll have Febby. At the moment, it's on the top lane. You got Ryzen moving around the map on Oracle mid lane, QO on the TA. In fact, in a bit of trouble at the moment, it's Ghost. And fine, trying to make a bit of a go, but Dubu, the man on the Undying, TP's across to save him up. And bottom lane, Velo once again on Timbersaw over on the side of VG, and he's moved himself to the bottom lane on the Lifestealer. Mid lane, Ghost on Invoker, up towards the top. FY supporting on Shadow Demon. DDC on the Witch Doctor mid lane. Let's just watch that as QO actually ends up going down. Dubu unable to save him. And first blood going the way of Ghost at the same time. Top lane, looks to be Vici trying to make more happening. They're moving on to Febby with the crush. Paralyzing Cask, he's going to go down as well. It's a second kill for Vici Gaming. And just like that, bam, 2 kills for the side of VG.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I already said I favor Vici's draft from the get-go, but I'm just kind of wondering, like, what MVP's actual game plan is. Because sure, the TA Invoker matchup is alright for TA, but during the mid-game, Slardar just dominates you so hard, and you kind of want to buy BKB, but buying BKB against Slardar isn't really that good. There's a Shadow Demon as well. It just seems like there's so many things that they have to deal with this, and you're going to have an Undying who's supposed to be applying, like, a ton of pressure, but the way that Vici have laned it, they're kind of avoiding that pressure altogether. Like, their Slardar and their Lifestealer are both getting a ton of farm. And I think that MVP are already at this point where they've formed this tri-lane, and they're going to try to do what they can to pressure and make sure that Febby gets his own farm. But I don't know, man. This seems really sketchy to me.
I mean, top lane, Vici wrapping around. A little bit more wary of fighting now that MVP do have the full 3-man up top. Obviously, we saw Dubu and Ryzen kind of moving around the map, but now kind of settling down on this top lane, as you said, just trying to secure just a lane that's going to be going their way. But as you said, elsewhere across the map, it's not looking good for MVP. Velo, though, again, I mean, he's having the start that he needs, and he can pull it out of the bag. Just obviously, that's going to be enough for MVP. Top lane. Yang is trading hits with Febby. The 2 supports still continuing to try and make a go on each other. Bottom, actually towards the mid lane. DDC with a wraparound. I'll see if they can catch out QO. That is a hard one. He maybe see if he can snipe a courier. He's very close to walking around at the same time. Looks like he's just going to go for a bit of control around the Ancients. As indeed the Ancients have started to be stacked up by MVP. So QO will have that very nice catch-up potential.
Yeah, QO or Febby, whichever.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Top lane
again.
Yeah, talking about Febby. The setup's there. It's the Crusher. Put the war cry. Try and fight back into this one. Yang fairly low, trying to get himself away. They've taken the tombstone. There's the Stormhammer. Yang, he's going to fall. They'll take one. Now looking for FY, but the cast actually for DDC saving the Shadow Demon by the looks of it. A great cast bounce is holding MVP back, but MVP, they got away with 1 kill. Maybe 6 stacks on him at the moment. In fact, maybe just going back in, looking for FY. They'll get another. And they may even get DDC as well, chasing him. I haven't got the mana to throw anything down on him.
Oh, poison. Oh my god.
Okay, I mean, he did have 6 stacks on him. I guess, yeah, Oracle was kind of out of the tank to save him by the looks of it. So a little bit of an awkward death there for Febby at the end of it all. At the end of the play looked good.
He had mana. He just didn't. I don't think Febby realized how many stacks he had.
Bottom lane, look at this as well. TP rotation from Yang straight back into the bottom. For the backup of FY, looking to punish Velo. They should get it here. The Disruption Sunstrike combo, a little off the mark, but it doesn't matter. A crush from Yang there to seal the deal. As they'll find themselves another one down bottom. So, you know, as quickly as MVP find themselves 2 kills, Vici Gaming take down 2 cores in return.
I think Vici just had a bit of miscommunication, because when they engaged on top, DDC wasn't actually in position to fight. He was like off in the woods somewhere.
Febby in trouble. Sunstrike combos on point, and Vici Gaming again getting another TP down is there from Dubu. Drops the tombstone. Yang back in up. Can't chase anyone here. Miller does have the chakram, but Vici Gaming just a little bit too far away, and immediately, you know, just in the other lane, space being created. DDC is going to get himself a nice tasty bit of gold and get himself on the way to that level 6. And mid lane, Ghost versus QO. Very even at the moment. QO 35 for 11. And Ghost 33 for 19. And of course, QO, if it does go his way, does have the Ancients to fall back on. As you said, it's all going to be down to whether they do get that to the TA or if they give that to Febby on the Sven.
I think more often than not, you probably want to give it to the Sven.
Yeah.
Unless you really want the TA to get a quick blink. That's the other thing, too. Or you could just go with the pub mentality of I stack it, I kill it, which means your QO would kill it. I think that it's still winnable for MVP, obviously. Like, Vilo is still getting a lot of farm, even though he ended up dropping there. They had to commit a lot to take down the Timber, even at this early stage, but I think that Vici's movements just show that they're feeling confident. You know, they have a ton of damage. A disruption into a Sunstrike with a Slardar there is pretty much going to kill almost anyone.
Trying to have a bit of a go to FY. TP's coming through. Actually, TP cancelled, but it's enough to stop MVP from going too deep. As they're unable to really do anything too much, apart from just push onto the tower. At the same time, though, there's so much space on this top lane, it feels like MVP have pretty much all but forgotten about this laners. And now the ones get a lot of space. You can see QO coming through. Up hot on his heels, Yang and TDC with a rotation. QO, he's trying to make a go. But here's the backup for Vici Gaming, and QO, no way he lives through this one. Febby will TP him, maybe he can turn it. Has he got enough damage? Doesn't quite look like it, and can he get out? Turns around, no, he's down. They do find the kill on the lifestealer now, chasing down Yang as well. The zombies working their way in. There heading forward, Chakram not quite hitting the point as Yang looking to juke this one out. He's deep on enemy territory. Below still chasing Yang. I don't think he gets his way out this one, and he can't. The Chakram cuts him down. So MVP, they may have lost QO, but this time they do find 2 quickly in return.
It was kind of a nice idea they had. They did the double smoke to bait out the lifestealer top, and QO ends up falling for it, but in the end of the day, MVP end up with the favorable exchange. And that's the kind of stuff they need. Like, make sure that your Timbersaw is committing to these fights in the early game. Like, Vilo's already got Arcane, Soul Ring, and 1200 gold, so he is on track for his very early Bloodstone, probably like 16 minutes in or something like that. And once he gets it, he's going to be the guy you're looking to deal a lot of this damage. Like, Lifestealer is probably the only hero on the team who doesn't really care so much about Timber, as long as his rage is timed properly. But the rest of them can be cut down fairly easily. And you do have a Sven stun to set up a lot of his combo damage, so that's going to be the thing that's kind of carrying MVP here until QO and Febby can get to a stage where they're relevant just based on items.
I mean, obviously, yeah, she's talking about how Vilo can kill them. How easy is it for Vici Gaming to kill the Timber, if he gets her?
It's not super hard. The only thing that matters really is getting the amp on him and then the Sunstrike landing. If those 2 things happen, and, you know, Ryzen's not there for a save, it should pretty much be a dead Timber.
Got QA trying to sneak in the mid lane, but a sentry's down. DDC has got a death ward. If they get some good bounces in between him and the Carty, they will. A lot of damage being laid down onto QA, but he is going to be saved for the time being by Ryzen. The wraparound from Febby chunks down DDC, now moving towards FY. They did still end up losing QO as he popped to the damage post false promise. Vilo going in deep, eyeing up the Shadow Demon. He should be able to finish this one off, and indeed with the help of Ryzen's Purifying Flames, they will. So they get 2 for 1. There's 2 supports though for QO on the TA, and QO, of course, as we can see, really suffering this game, as he has not got the farm at the moment that he needs. But nonetheless, MVP, with the numbers favouring them, they'll look to find this tier 1. TPs are coming through for Vici Gaming. They're going to be able to do a job at holding it, and heads in. And already MVP backing off, so unable to get the tower either here in this mid lane.
I think Vici are maybe getting a little bit too overzealous. Like, just wait until Yang has Blink, because once that happens, then you can really abuse the Lifestealer bombs. You can guarantee the Sunstrikes are going to land. You can pop pretty much any hero on the side of MVP very fast. It looks like they're going to go for another smoke play here.
Let's see what they can catch. FY. Either way, I mean, maybe Roshan. That's going to be the play here. They're going to go for Roche. They could do it fairly quickly, but at the same time, MVP, no, look at them. They're heading straight over. Can they take that big fight here, though, QO? He's the one on the front at the moment. And then can the Amplify. Vilo comes in with a 3-man Chakram. Now with the Storm Hammer onto Ghost. Vilo putting himself out. Febby chasing down Ghost and END. On the back lines of it all, DDC and FY were able to find the kill onto Dubu. QO working his way through FY. FY is going to be taken down. The nuke from Ryzen finishing him off. They'll chase down DDC as well. They're going to get themselves a 3rd. And MVP with the perfect timing there, turning up to the Roche pit. With 3 men down, I mean, with QO's mount, they may be able to take this for themselves. Yeah, Febby coming in as well. It's not going to be super quick. I mean, you can see Vici Gaming, they want to contest it still. And what's his plan here? He's just going to go past it. Looks like they're just going to leave it. Ghost sending in the Forge Spirits. Hold snap down onto Ryzen. They'll stop MVP from taking it themselves. Can they get any kills from it, FY? Disrupts QA. You see Ghost fighting it up with Dubu back towards the river. They've managed to bring down one. End going to work. Moving in onto QA. The Sunstrike's on point. They'll take down the TA. So again, just where it feels like MVP find their footing. They lose 2. And they will lose the Roshan as well. Just maybe getting a bit ahead of themselves. They're trying for Roche after winning that team fight.
Yeah, it's too early in the game to do stuff like that. Like, the Roche still have like 60% health, and
yeah,
the respawn timers are just so fast that Vici had plenty of time to TP back to the tier 1 when it was still standing, and then just go back right into the pit. And the time that End bought with the... He went to go get a Centaur, he went back in, and then I think he caught out the Oracle with a stomp and just straight up killed him on the back line while the other fight was happening between QO and Yang and the rest of Vici. They just managed to delay it, and unfortunately... middle lane.
Hey, Yang. It's been gone on. Can he get his way out of this one? Doesn't look like he can. One more nuke from Rising in again. Oracle been absolutely on point with dropping these Purifying Flames. He's 5-1-6. It's been a very clean game for him at the moment. Bottom lane. Vici will in turn take a tower. Get some sort of a trade. At the same time, MVP as well as finding that kill. On the verge of getting themselves a tier 1 for the top lane. As the 3 of them, Ryzen, Dubu and Velo, join forces to take that one down. 11 for 10. It feels close at the moment, but as we can see that in terms of net worth, the slight favouring to Vici Gaming, but it is very, very tight at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's still anyone's game. The real issue is going to come when BKB Blink is on the Slardar and stuff like that. We're very far away from that point, obviously, because at this point Yang doesn't even have a Blink. DDC scouting out QO here, just keeping tabs.
He tried to go for a sneaky solo kill with the cast, the Death Ward, and a Sunstrike coming in. But of course, the Sunstrike not quite on point. The mini stun of the cast, not really enough to set it up. So QO walks it all off.
Now this is a lot of this game again is still going to be on Velo for a while. Like QO and Febby, they're farming alright, but they're not quite up to the point where they're feeling, you know, confident standing in these fights. I mean, poor QO has had a really hard game. He's died 4 times. That's just what you do when you play against Slardar, though, because he just amps you, and you're just like, well, Meld doesn't do anything for me defensively anymore, and Slardar plus Lifesteal are really good at man fighting. And then they just get in your face and you can't really do much.
And I think what's that coming out of the courier is, yeah, indeed, Yang on the Slardar's Blink Dagger. So the tools for that combo coming together, Armlet done on End. He's got 2.3k gold on top as well. I mean, I imagine he goes for the Echo Saber here. Is there a chance he goes for anything else like a Deso first? Let's see. Nah, it's going to be the Echo. So that's the combo build.
It's really, really strong when you have Amp as well. Because the amount of damage that you deal with a double hit and having the Armlet toggled on is just insane. I think that you pretty much insta-kill, like the Oracle, for example. Undying probably dies super fast as well.
Oh, here we have it. Vici Gaming wanting to utilize that combo straight away. And MVP grouped up towards the mid. On the other side at the moment, so Vici Gaming aren't going to find anything down on this bottom lane. As MVP just keeping it safe, grouping up together, making sure that Vici Gaming can't find the opening to just jump in and immediately eliminate a hero.
Yeah, MVP understand at this stage in the game that getting any picks and losing any more tier 1s could be catastrophic to their game plan. They still need quite a bit of farm before they're going to feel confident in fighting. They're going to go for a smoke play of their own.
We'll see if they can latch on. So a Ghost is on his own in the jungle. I mean, Invoker would be a very nice pick for MVP to take. How quickly can Ghost react to this one? Ooh, quick enough. Ghost walks there. He's out. And now off the back of that, Vici, they know that there's a fight going on and they want to join it. Gonna focus the Tombstone first, and we may work that. The Soul Rip makes about a little bit more time for the Tombstone, but it's still there. Have a chase. Crush. That's what be like. The damage! But false promise comes through. I mean, surely he is going to die. I don't think enough heals in the world are going to be there. Oh! Okay, okay. Did it work? Yeah? No. No, yeah. Yeah, he lives.
Oh, the Temper lived, but unfortunately the Oracle didn't.
And only living for a short amount of time, maybe. Yeah, he's gone. So
wait, did he TP to the... Wait, what?
No,
I'm so confused.
The Timber TP'd, but the Shadow
right?
Demon, the Shadow Demon counts with the TP.
Oh, okay. I'm lagging so bad. I didn't even see that. Like, I see like 1 frame maybe every 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a little bit laggy.
Bottom lane, Febby. See you later.
Oh, we nearly caught that, Frank.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was saying though. You know, Vici's lineup, they have a lot of really good ways of taking fights. Their picking potential is insane. They scale well. It's all physical damage scaling for the most part. So BKB purchases aren't really going to have the same kind of impact for MVP as they will for Vici, who are, you know, MVP are relying on Timbersaw damage, they're relying on Sven stun, and I guess to a lesser extent the Oracle and the Undying, but it's still doable for MVP. The biggest thing I think is trying to get QO some item. Like just having a blink right now at almost 20 minutes in as a TA is definitely not where you want to be. The Sven still needs blink and BKB as well. If they can get to those items without losing too much more, I think that they can turn this, but it ain't gonna be easy.
No, it certainly isn't. 15 for 10. Vici Gaming with the lead. No. The camera actually is rubbish from these Chinese. We're trying to use the Chinese stream, and I'm sorry, but they're missing everything. Now they're on it. A bit of a chase down onto Slada. We're to get him in the river. Chakrum's going to be juked out. He blinks up, but the Stormhammer's there. Febby with the beat down. Bam! I'll take him.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught the beginning of that, but they were trying to kill Velo in the woods. They went for the same combo they did on Febby bottom, whereas the Slaughter and the Lifestealer. Unfortunately, the vision they had in the woods didn't reveal the other heroes of MVP who were standing right behind the Timber, and they just got counter-ganked.
MVP now pushing down the mid lane onto the tier 2 fortification. Comes out from Vici Gaming. Eyes onto end. Still standing at the front of this all. Timber chains away. The tower will go down. MVP get the objective. And they'll get themselves out as well.
You know, all things considered, they're doing a very good job at holding on. Against these types of lineups that Vici have, it's easy to kind of get, you know, frustrated, try to get too much farm out of the map and end up getting picked off like over and over again. And that's kind of what happens when you have 3 very farm-heavy cores. Like Sven, TA, and Timber all want to be farming creeps at the same time. But when you do that, you just have to assume that one of them is going to be ganked, right? Because the Yang plus N combination is going to come in, and then a Sunstrike on top of that. But they're holding on. It's going to take a while, though. Really need BKBs. Really need Deso on the TA. Need Blink on the TA. Need Blink on the Sven. There's a lot of items left.
I mean, if you have to get that Deso first on TA, you don't think there's any chance QO feels forced to get the BKB before?
If he gets the BKB and he relies on Sven damage, I guess it's okay. But I think you really want Deso because of how much damage and how much of a threat it actually makes you in a fight. And the other thing too is, we talked about how BKB is both a necessary evil in this game for him, and also not really that great just because of Amp. Like, as soon as you get Amp as TA, if you don't have BKB and Manta, you're kind of just like, well, I'm pretty much gonna die to right clicks. And that's just how Vici's team functions, so. It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. BKB is kind of needed, but at the same time, you don't want to buy it.
Oh, I can see down on the bottom, FY was pushing the lane in. It did cause the attention of MVP to head down here, but he's already out. Again, DQO just a couple of hundred away from Deso. And I mean, in this game, is there a bit of a timer for either side? I mean, there's no, I mean, obviously there's no Terrorblades, Nagas, and
I actually think with the way that the Slardar is building, the ultra late game will probably favor MVP.
Yeah.
Just because the Slardar is going for more of like the offlane slash support Slar who buys like these mobility items. So I think that if they can keep farming, then yeah, like Timber, Sven, and TA cores will be very, very dangerous.
With the smoke up, they're going to be able to find Vila on the front of this. They're going to try and make a go on it. They can remove the Timber Saw at the start. It'd be a great beginning, but there we go. There's the jump, Yang. With the crush. Sunstrike as well, but Heavy coming on the back as he chunks down one. Now they'll come for Yang as well. By the looks of it, he's trying to juke this out, but the chase down's there. MVP finding 2 easy kills, losing nothing in return for it. In fact, Vila may not have even been done then. They'll drop down the slow. MVP again with a very successful fight. They'll take the tier 2. With 2 men down, they may even try and push for more.
That was a really nice jump, catching one of the supports in the back. Oh, FY.
He'll get the disruption out with the chakram down. Velo finishes him off there, and it's suddenly falling to pieces very quickly for Vici Gaming. And he's going to come in, looking to fight into Timbersaw, but the damage is just absolutely tiny at this point compared to Velo's armor. As the tier 3 falls, MVP, they will back it off, play it safe, count their cards. They don't want to go in too heavy. They don't feel in any rush at the moment.
That was super fortunate, actually, that they managed to get that opening. I mean, at this stage, you know, after fights like that, when you get the power, you get a lot of kills. The 3 cores in the set of MVP are starting to pull ahead, and they're getting closer to those items that are going to make them hit that huge power spike. You know, the multiple blink daggers, the BKBs and whatnot. Once that happens, oh god, Ghost.
Febby. Can't quite finish it. Yang's looking for the counterplay. He's coming in and he's got lifesteal on board. They'll jump out, but Yang just getting ripped to pieces by Kuo. Febby still alive here, being healed up by the team. Finally drops. MVP, they're not done it, and tries for the TPI. He's not going to make it. Ryzen gets the nuke. 3 dead on Vici Gaming. Velo and Kuo moving in for more. FY's out for the count. 4 dead, no buybacks. They only lose Febby and MVP. Now look for the Brax on the bottom lane. There's no fortification either. Still on cooldown for Vici Gaming. And MVP might even be able to get a little bit more here. We'll see what the plan is. It's going to be Rax and back. I'm not going to try for anything towards the mid at the moment.
They can
Roshan's
Rosh
up
as well, I think. Yeah,
just play it safe.
They have
and get
the TA with the Deso. Oh no, they're going to TP out. I mean, technically Kuo can solo it, but with the Slardar and the Witch Doctor being alive, I don't know if he has enough time. That turned extremely fast, though. I mean, the fight in the bottom lane, and then Vici trying to re-engage after the fact and not respecting how much physical damage they can do with the Deso on the TA and God Strength. Like, DDC dies instantly during that last fight, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the cleave damage that Febby was doing also hit multiple members of Vici. So they had, like, a perfect initiation after the reveal of the Blink Dagger, which Vici were clearly not ready for.
No.
And then they lose that fight. So. They get the tier 3. And then they re-engage and lose another fight, and then they lost their racks. That was like a super fast turnaround for MVP.
Oh boy, an MVP. They can feel their power. They want to try and fight again. Moving in, Febby goes for the stun. He's going to get it onto FY. Gets forced back. Will hold back Febby for the time being, but Velo is in deep. The Tornado going to catch this Timbersaw, but can they actually kill him? I mean, he's out. And the answer, by the looks of it, is no at the moment. Sunstrike, it's not going to clip him either. Ryzen, very early false promise on himself there. Febby just clears them back. So MVP not finding the kill, but at the same time, as we see Vici Gaming, the least they can do is just hold them back. They can't really punch back at MVP, and all this has done really is allowed MVP the space to head into the Roshan pit and take it down almost certainly before Vici Gaming get there. Kuo still with a bit of a remainder on the DD as well. So it's going to be a very quick Rosh. And it's going to be very hard for Vici Gaming to deal with.
Yeah, how fast this game turned was pretty ridiculous, actually. As you can see, Vici had a pretty sizable lead, and then they just lost so many heroes back to back that they went from leading by like 7,500 golden experience to just being incredibly far behind. And because of the time in the game where MVP gets this influx of golden experience, it just means that all the core items that they actually needed and were struggling to farm, they all of a sudden have now. Like this Sven showcasing the Blink, you know, he's more than halfway to BKB already. The TAs decided to just completely forgo buying BKB because he's like, okay, well, we just, you know, won these 2 fights super hard, I'll just buy an AC instead. And oh, excuse me, he has a full BKB, not heavy. I didn't actually see the other items on the courier, but yeah, those are the kinds of turnarounds that you have when you're playing against a super aggressive team like MVP, who even when they're behind, they don't like to just sit on their laurels, you know, they still go for plays.
MVP, I see that tier 2 standing in the top lane, and they want it gone. Making the push up top. Vici Gaming getting a little bit more, like N does now have the Deso, but as you're saying, they're just comparatively far behind apart from this Invoker. Ghost has to do a lot of heavy lifting in these fights. And obviously at the moment, 206, he himself has been having quite the performance, but it doesn't seem enough to hold back MVP at this stage of the game. As MVP certainly feel like they've got full control at the moment.
Yeah, they have the level 4 Warcry now, and they're gonna have a full AC soon. Or no, wait, he just bought a Moonshard. Never mind. All right, that's a QO thing, I guess. But the plus armor from Bevy is helping him a lot during his engagements now.
Oh, indeed, straight onto Rise, and he's gone. Immediately removing Bevy with the BKB, jumping forward, looking for a target, but he can't quite find anyone to lock down upon. Looks like with one man down, MVP are actually going to back off this. Not wanting to fight without that Oracle, especially with Bevy's BKB now on cooldown. And God Strength soon to be wearing out, but he jumps back in, but FY with the defensive disruption, and pops the raid, looking to chase down the Tombstone, but the Tombstone survives now, and being forced back by QO, who jumps in, will rip the Lifestealer to pieces. Velo comes in with the Chakram, DDC almost certainly going to drop here as well. Oh no, just about jukes it out. Yang bursted down by QO as well. It's 2 out for Vici Gaming. Buyback from Yang. They do manage to find Febby. They need to find more. QO's on the way out. Can Yang catch anyone here? He's searching desperately. Retreat is being made by Velo. That QO. Is he going to stick around and go for anything else now? They're getting out. They got the buyback out of them. They lost 2. So VG Gaming to defend, but it does cost them that buyback on Yang.
At this stage, it's kind of like the fresh BKB on the Sven. It was showcased there, not really utilized to its full effect. I think Febby maybe got a bit overzealous with his dive. But if Vici start off a fight like that and they kill a support instantly and they're still not able to really abuse it, I think it kind of shows, how much the state of the game has flipped in favor of MVP. They did lose their tier 1 in the middle lane. I think one catapult pretty much killed it. But I don't think that they're going to be too deterred by that. And I guess it's kind of hard to tell what's happening in a lot of the fights because, first off, it's super freaking laggy. But I haven't really felt like the Invoker so much, barring like throwing out a couple of Sunstrikes and whatnot. I think it's going to be a while before he's really able to showcase Invoker utility in like the mid to late game fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like that's actually been a constant theme, by the way.
Yep.
Like Invoker is just not feeling that impactful. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's not like playing bad or anything. I just like he's 307, but I'm pretty sure like most of those kills were just him throwing out Sunstrikes.
Well, as you said, he's going to need to step it up in these team fights. And I mean, in terms of items, what he's trying to get that Shiva's Guard done next by the looks of it.
Yeah, I would assume so.
So then we can.
I mean, it could be an AC as well, but.
Prospects, Yang tries to lift the crush, doesn't find it. Velo forcing them back. Febby just popping the God Strength, hitting the structures now at this point. Forces the fortification out. Velo taking a lot of magical damage, and the False Promise comes in just in time. With the Sorrow, we'll see if the heals are enough. Febby backing up. Ryzen nearly being taken down by a straight Sunstrike. Velo's going to be healed back up to full. So he will survive through this. Let's see if they want to go in again. DDC as well used the Death Ward there for that defense, so he's not going to have that now for this time round. Febby, of course, concentrates on cooldown. Yang jumps in. They're going to have the Lifestealer there as well, trying to go for Febby, but the BKB's pop. Zorib heals there as well, and forced back. Stun onto Yang, holding him away, so Febby will be able to finish off the tier 3. And moving forward, seeing if he can find himself a target. Yang can't quite find the crush. They'll actually burst down QO there with the Shadow Poison. Velo left behind, Lotus Orbs out on him. Tries to get the Timber Chain out, but he actually misses it. Being held back here, Yang hits the crush. Velo in a lot of trouble, and chomping through him. Hasn't quite got the damage though. Velo's going to be saved by Ryzen. Stun from Febby, holding back end. Vici Gaming move forward. Wheels onto Febby. Febby could be in trouble, trying to get himself out of this. Goes stand end, focusing the Sven. Meteors drop down, but again, the False Promise from Ryzen keeps Febby alive. He'll survive through this, continues to punch. There's the Tornado, it's going to be enough damage, and this time Ghost has turned up to the fight. He cleans it up for the team. Velo still playing around on the back lines. He'll simply go for the blink and TP out. But an absolute bloodbath as Vici Gaming hitting hard there on the defensive. And MVP, they're starting to slip.
Yeah, that was a really nice fight for the Invoker. He started off by forcing the False Promise on the Velo. He dropped the Tornado Meteor on him, and it just forces him to pop the ult straight away. Sure, Velo went back up to full health, but that opened up the opportunity for Vici to go for another engagement, you know, go for the spend, start the fight that ended up not only defending, but got them, what, 4 kills, right? Because I think the only person who didn't die was the Timber. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you're really looking for. And as the BKB on Febby gets lower and lower, it's going to be more effect that this Invoker is going to have on the fights. And I think that MVPs still technically scale a bit better just because they have more cores. But in these fights, they're just getting outplayed. Like Vici have the better coordination. They're able to chase almost indefinitely just because of having heroes, you know, like Yang on the Slardar and like Invoker with the mobility items that he's purchased, just having that movement speed and being able to chase. So yeah, it's very quickly becoming the ghost game here on the side of Vici.
I mean, in response to that MVP, do you feel, have they just got to wait for another item before they try for that again? I mean, Febby, AC, next on the list. Or do they have to still try?
I don't know if they need another item, but it wouldn't hurt. I mean, Vici are still feeling pretty, you know, apprehensive about leaving their base. They don't really want to try to go for any crazy plays. I'm guessing if they do, it's going to be because Roshan is going to be on the table.